My unique friends, thank you so much for tuning in today. All right, so I am a day late. Yes, I'm recording and releasing this video on Tuesday. Usually I do Monday, but here in the United States, yesterday was Memorial Day, and to honor and respect and show my utmost respect for the importance of that day, I decided to stay off everything and just allow the day to be for the people and the families that it means the most and impactful too. Today I'm going to look and reflect back on a wild and crazy year. I finally did not have to wear a mask at my day job, which is really my morning job. I'll go into detail more, but wow, what a wild run. Got me thinking, got me feeling good things, so I just wanted to step on this episode and let you in on it.
We have to become brave enough to challenge ourselves. We have to become bold when sharing our special story. We all have something special inside. Are we willing and able to make the stand and say, yes, this is the life that's worth fighting for?
Before I launch us into today's video, please take a moment and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and check out some more videos while you're here. Bear with me a little bit. I'm a little bit on the exhausted side. I do work a very early job. I work for Whole Foods Market. It's from 4 o'clock in the morning till noon. I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I have my tea. I meditate. I bike ride to work. It really gets me going. And then I come home and I walk my dog for an hour, and now I decided to get on and make this video. So please excuse me if I'm a little bit out there today. I'm trying to power up with a little bit of yerba mate, and here is my main disclosure. I do not care what political party you are affiliated to or anything. I will talk about vaccinations in this video, but I do not care about if you feel that vaccinations are good or bad or anything. That's not the point of this. I got vaccinated because this is a choice for me, and it made me feel that I was taking care of myself and my family, and I felt good about my decision, and I still do. I believe in the science, and I believe in my decision. So there you have it. More power to you, respect yourself, and that's just the way we're going to move forward with that. Though it is a shame how divisive this all got, but I'm sure over time it'll iron out. We'll all look back at the time and be like, wow, remember that time whenever we all fought over vaccinations? So today at Whole Foods was my first shift back without a mask on, and I started to reflect on just how wild this journey has been. Now, I don't have an amazingly interesting job at Whole Foods. You know, I work for the produce department and I stack fruit mostly all day. Boop, 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 boop. But I was labeled as an essential worker. And when the pandemic started, I remember the intensity, the shopping, people running in, grabbing everything off the shelves. I worked 10 days in a row. You know, we would put pallets of stuff out and things were just going, and everyone was stocking up, and people were thanking us on our way in and saying, oh my gosh, thank you for, you know, risking your health to be here for us. But, you know, you are an essential worker. Go you, go you. And my boss was so excited about us, and, you know, Whole Foods was like, go you, go you. And then, you know, it's so odd how things just kind of mellowed out from that panic rush. Are we going to run out of food here in the United States? And that obviously didn't happen. You know, people just started wearing masks and just started coming in, and things started to mellow out. And slowly things started to shift, because when I started about 1.5 years ago with this pandemic essential worker title, and I was, you know, me and my teammates and everyone that was involved, we thought that maybe we could possibly get really ill from this, or we didn't. I mean, no one knew anything that was going on. We just kind of were rolling with the punches, showing up each day and doing the best we could to keep food on the shelves. And our company was supporting us. You know, Whole Foods was paying hazard pay at the time, and they were also offering us free lunches. You know, there'd be food set out as an appreciation for us, you know, knowing that sales were obviously up because things were flying off the shelf, and Amazon Prime delivery stuff was flying off the shelf, and Amazon made bank during this whole pandemic. But it was interesting to see how that kind of slowly turned away over the summer. Last summer, about June or July, they took away hazard pay because they felt that, that was too much money to give the employees. And also that was like that summer slump. I don't know if you remember, but people kind of got over and started to get real irritated with the whole idea of wearing masks and having to go into stores with masks. Everything was so shut down. People had like the worst summer of their lives, and that was irritating to people. And they would kind of like take it out on employees, like Whole Foods employees, at least where I was at. And that's when things were starting to get weird as an essential worker. Because we were practically the only people that, outside of their immediate family you were seeing, because the only place that was open was grocery stores. So you come in and tell me your feelings about, masks and, the possibility of vaccines at the time. And, oh God, it's like, save it, man. I don't care. I just work here by the hour. They took away my hazard pay. They gave us t-shirts telling us that we're hardcore workers and super valued, but yet, they're slowly chipping away at things and just leaving us out to dry. And we're giving ourselves our own temperature checks. It's really odd. Anyway, and then holiday season came through, and it was it was busy too. It's been a busy year, but it's just so funny how, the community started to turn on each other. That's when politics got involved and really politicized wearing masks. And, it wasn't so rah, 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 let's go pull together, get through this pandemic. It ended up being this whole who's doing what to me vibe. And the time away from each other became more isolating. More and more stuff were being taken away. And over time, it felt like, we were all just kind of losing everything. And we fell into our own COVID caves, our deep, routines, and we all kind of dug in our beliefs about everything. And it was interesting. I feel like we did isolate ourselves over time. But yet there I was, and the people I worked with were just standing there continually coming to work and doing our thing. And that's kind of when I started to feel burned out. Not that I needed a hero's welcome or some congratulations parade, but when you watch a massive company like Amazon, Whole Foods, and Jeff Bezos, running this company, making more money than you could ever imagine, and but yet skimming from the employees that are actually being there and taking the risk of being at work. It was almost like, what is going on? Like, how is this even a possibility? And yet there we were. I mean, I felt almost foolish at times coming through the fall into the holiday season, being asked to just keep showing up and wear your mask and don't say anything, don't complain, and be thankful that you're working. And it was just a very odd holiday season and extremely taxing. When you're out there in a mask all day long, running around making sure that everyone else is having food for their holidays, but we're not given extra time for all our holidays. And being an essential worker, I wasn't able to see a lot of my family members that were high risk because there were no vaccines at that time. And so it was isolating in that regard. My job not only was taking a toll on me physically and mentally, but also was isolating me from my family because I was exposing myself every day. And I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm saying there's lots of people that were in my boat, and my heart goes out to every single one of the people that were on front lines throughout all this. I just am giving my personal experience, here on my channel. And so when vaccines did come out, this is kind of like the icing on the cake for what it meant to be an essential worker, grocery store worker. They split up in the United States, these vaccine rollouts where they had 1A, like all the high risk people and healthcare workers and everyone, there was this 1A category, and somehow grocery store workers became this like imaginary 1B category. And they even had a 1C, but that never turned into anything. But the funny thing was, 1B never was anything. The writing was on the wall that working for Amazon they're not looking out for us to get vaccinated. And there was no, our state wasn't prioritizing grocery store workers, and 1A just kept on expanding eligibility to, it just grew and grew and grew, pushing 1B further and further and further away. And it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating. And I am not saying that what I do from 4 o'clock to noon deserves a victory parade every time I come home. But I will say this, I showed up to work every day. We didn't get extra, pay after, like I said, they gave us hazard pay at the beginning, but then they took that away. They started slimming down things. And actually, starting the new year, they even started slicing our hours down and we used to get a paid lunch break, but they actually cut that out and we had to start clocking out for our lunch break. So we all kind of lost a half hour of work each day too. So it's just amazing that this company that's making so much money, Amazon Prime, Whole Foods, was just generating such an extreme amount of profit during this year. Yet they capitalized even more on that by slicing and skimming as much as they possibly could on the employees. Unbelievably huge and, to me, ballsy move by a company, but they just did it, and they just did it because who was going to stop them? And that is, that's America. Welcome here to America, where, we're all too busy fighting with each other over masks or no masks or guns or no guns and all this stuff. And we're just got all these like little look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here, like shiny object, look at this, distract, distract, distract. Well, meanwhile, like over in the other corners are all the people in power just taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, just like keeping the masses distracted and taking and taking and taking, and we never catch on. And we just run in these little circles and chase the carrot over and over and over. And that is where I'm at today. To take off my mask today after being vaccinated, my second vaccination was on April 1st, so we've just kind of been waiting for the Pennsylvania state mask mandate to be released. And it felt great. I felt great to not wear a mask because it was like, okay, now I'm at least getting my control back. And I know I've been kind of throwing a little bit of shade on Whole Foods and Amazon, and I do appreciate my job and I enjoy working every day. It's nice. It's just, I'm allowed to have my feelings about what's going on, and I think that we shouldn't be like these voiceless employees. I think that you can have a job but still not agree with the ins and outs. I mean, I'm sure if I was running a multi-billion-dollar company, people would talk shit on me too. So, what are you going to do about it? Like, Jeff Bezos just bought a $500 million yacht, probably just to get away from hateful emails and phone calls. So there you go. But it felt good to not have a mask. I felt good back at the job today. It felt like a big fresh air. I didn't have this, I've been having these killer, pains around my ears from just constantly wearing these masks, and kind of a ramble video, kind of making me thinking I want to give you make a video of my actual before work morning routine, get up and go, just so you can kind of see what happens. Get up at, like I said, 2 o'clock, tea, meditation, a little bit of movement. So I got that hydration, mind, body, and spirit connection that I like to get in. Then I bike ride over to work. It's really fun. Maybe next video I'll let you in. But thanks again for letting me get this off my chest. Just wanted to say to all my fellow essential worker employees out there, all the frontline employees, as we are turning this corner and slowly and awkwardly getting out of this COVID funk here in the United States, thank you and thank you and thank you for everything that you've sacrificed and gone through. And to everyone that this has just been an inconvenience and a bunch of nonsense, hang in there, you'll get your life back, don't freak out anymore. And to the people outside of the United States that are struggling even more, I hope that you get the supplies, the vaccines, and all the support you need from the United States. If I could send it to you, I would, and I wish I had the means to help more. I want to thank you as an audience for checking out this video. Like I said, I did not mean to offend anyone. I did not mean to offend my bosses or anything like that. I just had to vent a little bit. I'm fresh off of work, can't help it. Thank you for supporting my video. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for supporting this idea of embracing your uniqueness. It's all about sharing your unique and special story. It's about finding that bravery and that boldness that it takes to get out there and just stand up into the world and say, this is me, and I'm willing to work on myself. Self-development, that self-love, self-understanding, self-acceptance, that self-growth-minded mindset that we need to continue to chase down the big dreams and the big goals that we have in this world. We all have it. We got it. Let's do it. Let's pull together. Let's start trying to turn the corner and getting back to getting together and organizing a way of sharing that support and encouragement to each other instead of finding every single way we can be divided. Thanks again. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.